Electoral Act, 4 ministers, NDA heads to resign over 2023. Hello, my wonderful people. Some ministers are set to resign, and the stage is on. The Electoral Act, we're still expecting Buhari to sign it so that there will be orderliness, so that things can move on. Sadly, Buhari has not still signed it. Femi Adesina said Buhari will sign it in few hours. Few hours have turned into days, and the purpose of this whole Electoral Act is so that the country is free to an extent on corruption grounds with regards to election. But you know the funniest thing, the powers that be do not want things to change because they love things the way they are. And if things happens to change, it's going to affect them adversely. So the best thing to do is to pretend like these things are not there, and let the day expire and do nothing about it. So these are some of the things that are going on. Some ministers now are set to resign. Let's get all the details. Electoral Act, 4 ministers, MDAs, heads to resign over 2023. President Muhammadu Buhari and his close aides are in a dilemma over the fact of his political appointees who may resign if he signs the Electoral Bill 2022 submitted to him by the National Assembly by any time soon from now. The provision that makes it mandatory for political appointee who wants to run for office in 2023 to resign is seen as a clause in the wheels of the electoral laws currently before the president for assentment. But these appointees Daily Trust gathered do not want to resign because it is not certain that they will get back their position if they lose the primaries for where they are going to participate in the election. At least 4 ministers and a number of personalities heading ministries, departments, and agencies, NDAs, may be affected by this development. Since Section 84 of the amended Electoral Bill on political appointee not eligible as a voting delegate or aspirant provide thus. Number 10, no political appointee at any level should be a voting delegate or be voted for at the convention or congress or any political party for the purpose of nomination of candidates for an election. 11, where a political party fails to comply with the provision of this act in the conduct of his primaries, its candidate for the election shall not be included in the election for the particular position in issue. Notwithstanding the provision of this act or rules of this political party, as aspirants who complain that any of the provision of this act and the guidelines for a political party have not been complied with in the section or nomination of the candidate of a political party for the election may apply for the Federal High Court for readiness. Nothing in this section shall empower the court to stop the holders for primary or general election under this act pending the determination of a suit. The president had withheld assent to the Electoral Bill 2021 transmitted to him on November 19, 2021 to allow each political party determine its mode of selecting candidate for election through options of direct or indirect primaries and consensus. Daily Trust report that the president has several political appointees currently minding several MDs who will be affected if the mandated law when signed into law. The political appointees include 43 ministers, special advisors, senior special assistants, heads of government agencies holding sensitive position. That makes it difficult to open for declaration for an ambition. Some of the political appointees are currently being told as contenders for presidential governorship, electoral House of Representatives seats of the 2023 general election. For instance, the name of the Ministers of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, Science and Technology, Ogona Oni, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, as well as Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, are being mentioned as the contender for the presidential ticket from the ruling All Progressive Congress. Hence, they have not indicated their interest because of this clause if signed into law. So, Fashola and the rest of them, they are all looking forward to being elected in one capacity or another. Now, the new Electoral Act will not afford them that luxury of what used to be, which is a fraud. So they will be in office. Yes, they're in office, no doubt about that. They are in office, and they have opportunity to be able to be elected for. Do you get what I mean? So they are in office, so they are losing nothing at any point in time. In fact, if on anything, so they have like a collateral. They have something to leverage on, to fall back on. So if anything happened, they can't. I mean, they didn't lose at any end. Okay, they did not lose at any end at any point in time. So they will eat their cake and still have the cake. If you get what I mean. So they eat the cake and the cake is still in their hand. Welcome to Nigeria. So these are some of the things that are about to be, signed in, and by the time it is signed, there will be no opportunity for them to be able to, carry on with this capacity, and it will affect them adversely. And so many of them are of the opinion that Buhari should not sign it too, because if he signs it, they will seriously be affected. You see, if Buhari signs this law, they will seriously be affected. Hence, they don't want the law to be signed. Okay, they don't want the law to be signed. They want it as it is. Okay, see no evil, hear no evil, keep it that way. So this is what they are, and this is why some of the people are the ones who are calling and saying that no, Buhari should not sign it. Oh, Buhari should let it be. Oh, no, he should not sign the law. He should allow the law to be like that. So this is why things are the way they are. Okay, this is why things are the way they are. Some persons want the right thing. Some persons do not want the right thing. So everybody has an interest to some extent, okay, on what they want. And it does not matter to them how it affects the nation, whether positively or negatively, they don't care. Like seriously, really, they don't care. Okay, all they care about is, so me, myself, and I, what is the next thing for me? Okay, so on that being said, that's how they roll. And the new law will affect a lot of those things, and things may not be as it was. So they will adversely be affected, and that's why they don't want this law being signed. Okay, so we'll keep you up to date. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. God bless you. Have a lovely and a fantastic day. Bye for now. Bye.